Good morning, everybody. I'm jumping in. If you are there on the live, come and say hello to me. It'd be wonderful to see you watching me live. See how many is there. Drop me a comment and let me know. If you are watching it on the replay, then simply let me know that too. Drop a comment. Share some love on this post. And if you can hit some emojis, then you will be... how can I put this? Facebook will make sure you see future live videos. So share some love, hit those emojis, like this video. Good morning, Nicola. I hope that you are okay. Life treating you well, lovely? I hope so. So I'm just jumping in because I did my monthly, thank you, Nicola. I did my monthly Reiki spiritual healing bath last night, which I do every month. Check out the one for next month because it's on the 22nd and it is therefore very powerful because I'm going to blend an activation with that one as well. But what I wanted to jump in about today is that a topic of conversation last night at my healing bath was the crazy of last week. And in fact, probably the last 10 days. So I just thought, morning Lisa, that I would jump in and just share my viewpoint, share my insight that I have into what is going on. Now, we're in the last month where there's no retrograde, planets in retrograde, I should say. So as a consequence of that, we really should be leaping forwards in our lives and in our businesses. But what has been happening over the last, I would say 10 days, maybe even longer for some, but, oh yes, the crazy Sarah. Hi, Tristan. It is, what has been going on from my perspective as a healer is that an astronumerologist is that we have really been in heightened spiritual warfare for the last sort of 10 days. So because all the planets have been, they've not been in retrograde, we have had the energies behind us to really push forwards in our lives in some way and in aspects that we are passionate about. But what has happened, of course, is that, and you know me, if you've been following me for some time, I talk about spiritual warfare. Now, what has been happening is that there has been a real battle here to stop the light bearers, the light workers and the light leaders from moving forwards and shining their light brighter than ever. There has been a huge amount of negativity being projected onto this planet to try to distract you, to try to get you to step back through your fears, through your emotion state, into overwhelm in order to crash what you have been building and step back into your old 3D life. So pay attention to that. It is about 3D mindset. Who has witnessed that or experienced that? Let me know. It has been a testing time. You have been testing whether things really matter to you, whether you are strong enough to walk the path, whether you are strong enough to take the journey. And of course, the emotions is how we are activated, how we are triggered, I should say. So it has been really important, and it continues to be important to pay attention to where your thoughts and your emotion states are truly coming from. I have watched far too many operate from a purely reactive state, which is exactly what is the game plan, if you like, to take you off your highest path and set you back into a 3D stream of challenge. Who is this resonating with? Drop me a comment. Have you been experiencing this? Have you been seeing this? We've been making huge shifts in the backgrounds in our lives and in our businesses. We should have been learning to keep things to ourselves. We should be, because it opens up space for attack. I have been working with a lot more people experiencing psychic attack, The energy of jealousy, the energy of fear has been huge in people. It is mind control. So the only way for you not to succumb to this is to choose to control your own mind and not allow it to be controlled by external influences. Does that make sense? Let me know. Yeah, so someone has commented there they've been crying for 3 days as they're trying to get back on the feet with business. Yes, and that is the contrast that we are experiencing. And it is kind of like a season to, yes, you have to pay attention, because what is happening is that the things that are coming up are showing you what is triggered in you and therefore what needs to shift. It's shadow self-work, which I do. It's about shifting what needs to be released, what needs to be dealt with, what needs to be healed, what needs to be let go of, what also needs to be faced and accepted. And so a lot of us are finding ourselves going through a huge challenge, but we have to look at that challenge, and instead of allowing it to take us down, we need to use it as a stepping stone to step up in the things that truly matter to us. I have witnessed so many people step off their highest path. I'm helping them get back on it. That's absolutely fine. That's what I do. But I just wanted to jump in and help those who aren't able to come to me, say, this week, while it's really key that you don't fold, you don't bend, that you need to stand stronger than ever. So my advice to you is to sit down with your journals and ask yourself some deep questions, as in deep thought questions, and ask yourself truly, does what you do still light you up? Because if not, then it may no longer belong, and that is time for you to step into the next layer of your purpose and calling. Check out my free coaching that I am doing on that. Let me look at my dates. When am I doing that? I can't see it right now. Check out. I'll share that in a comment later. Because what's really important is that you are truly connected with your higher self right now. And all of this crazy has made people feel very alone. Now, if you have withdrawn to be alone, you need to be mindful that you are doing things from a trauma response. And this is why I'm saying journal yourself. Journal. Does what you are doing light you up? And I'm not just talking about your businesses. I'm talking about the things in your life, the people in your life. Where is the heaviness? Where is the light? Yeah, and go where the light is. At the same time, there is a need also in your journal to think over the events of the last 10 days and ask yourself, have you made choices from places of fear? Have you stepped back in outdated, trauma-based versions of self that are clearly playing in a parallel that need to be worked through? Ask yourself these questions. Are you, without realizing it, going back to old ways of being, or going back to old business models instead of stepping up into the new business model that you know in your heart and soul you need to take, but is actually scaring the shit out of you to do? Ask yourself all of these questions and write your truth. Allow your soul to speak to you, because we need to get you back into your heart and out of that head state when it comes to you making these powerful choices, because we're very close to a Mercury retrograde, which is going to have you pushing through all of that stuff. And that will be hard work if you then recognize that you've made some wrong choices. Not that they're ever necessarily the wrong choice. What I mean is you've made difficult choices and you've taken harder paths to rectify those choices, rather than faced that deep self, that that dark self, that shadow self. I'm so menopause at the minute. That shadow self, in order to heal, release and let go, because we're frightened of going there. We're frightened of facing those aspects of self that hold us back, because they actually represent comfort zones in our behaviour. So yes, the last, especially 10 days, have been batshit, absolutely batshit. So be very, very mindful of that. Be mindful that everyone is in their own batshit as well and having to deal with those aspects of self. Has this helped? I came on because I wanted you to know you're not alone. And the point is as well that these energies are making you feel alone, and it's deliberate, because if you are feeling alone, then you have disconnected, and we need to get you connected back once more. Let me know if this has helped. I will drop some links into some free content that I've got that could help you get reconnected. So look for those, drop down into the comments and look for those links. That is where I will put them. If you are crying, I get that. I totally get that. What I would say to you is sit, be still, and ask yourself, really, what are those tears truly about? What are those tears really about? And just be careful for feeling like you want to completely withdraw and leave everybody. Yes, we need to get our head down and we need to stay in our lane so we're not distracted into the darker stuff. However, complete withdrawing represents disconnection. Be mindful of that and make sure that in your time of aloneness you are in absolute connection and not to the 3D fake ego state of your spiritual self. Let me know if this helps, lovelies. And share your experiences. Show other people. Come on, pay it forward. Show other people what you are experiencing. Maybe your comment will resonate with someone else and help them here today as well. Take care, lovelies. Bye-bye.